Welcome to a special heat wave lunch with yours truly, Adrian H. Dragon. Of course, although tested negative 3 times for COVID, got tested about 8 days ago. Believe that I had COVID in the end of January until about February 20th. 2020 was very sick, ill, and pestilential. Was like death, disease, and pestilence, and in many ways did die. And of course, yours truly is being reborn with every step, with every meal that I eat, every sun ray that hits my body, every starlight that I gaze upon, any moonlight that I see, every step, every marching step, every dancing move, every squat, every push up, every hawk. Yeah, you want to have a glass of wine right now? Sure, we can have. It's my friend, and oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sisterhood, or that trinity of sister, friend, teachers. Fourth dimension, my one and only financial sponsor for the moment in time. And if I die tonight, tomorrow, or whenever, leaving to her anonymous the general command of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, or one empire under the sun, on the stars, on earth, whose mission, vision, and philosophies are world peace, international justice, global freedom, universal love. So yours truly, Adrian H, died during COVID in many ways, and being reborn is yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragon, ADRINHANH. Yours truly, Androgynous, Pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, who are one empire under the stars, under the sun, under the moon, on earth. The dancing goddess and the dragon empire are one empire, non-sectarian peoples, empire for world peace, global freedom, international justice, and universal love. Motto, and of course you can see the emblem of the dancing goddess there, the priestess, of which I'm calling all to join, support the mission, vision, and philosophy is yours truly. Was a priestess of the goddess in many past lives, from ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, Babylon. And of course, she represents the re-acknowledgement of the divine feminine, yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragon. I'm telling you that there's no God without the goddess. Yes. And yours truly, priestess, who dances, channeling sparks of the goddess. We're about to eat this lunch, and you can see the emblem there. It's very spiritual, social, has a philosophy, of course. The represents symbolic nature, of course. As you can see, the dancer, priestess, can be any priestesses, etc., such as the times of old. But with a little bit of do the snap on 2021, you can pop on about rap up on a lot. You can shake that bottom like you don't give a fuck. Cause we fly and might be high as fuck. Leaning on some lean with some mean machine. If you don't know that, I'm also an underground rapper. Another of my secret has been revelations. Pour up this cup of coffee. Motto of the dancing goddess empire is, of course, that all ALL fruits, vegetables, legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Even that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization, and deserve from the leaders of the free world to kiss or wash the hands of the farmers. Yours truly, dancing goddess empire. You don't know, dragon farmers love you. And these fries were made from the black earth by the dance of the goddess, from the potato, of course, as all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Even that food, those grapes, that wheat, that bread, to make that bread was made, created, and produced even when the workers built the pyramids as 3,700 years ago as it is today in 2021 to feed the workers to build the skyscrapers. Food is holy. Thank Goddess who dances with her brother the sun for this meal, and my brothers and sisters, farmers, local, national, international, who harvested this food for us to build, maintain, build civilization for me to be able to have the energy to clean my room, go for working out, training, exercising, write poetry, songs, do my independent artist, athlete, and activist activity, advocating for world peace, international security, global freedom, universal love by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all via public-private partnership, and the creation of the global central bank via the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party, universal revolutionary worldwide, one human race becoming free global. This black coffee bean was made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess, her brother the sun, who now dances across the America, North, South, Central, Canada, US, Mexico, Guatemala, Panama, El Salvador, Honduras, Costa Rica, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, all the American continent, North, South, Central, creating this black coffee bean that I drink, or perhaps was created in the continent of Africa or in the continent of Asia, in Vietnam. Maybe who became, since 2010, the second biggest producer of coffee. Could be from there, don't know the origin, know that it's dark roast. Didn't say the country of origin, know the beans, Arabica beans, but by questions we can discern. So the dance of the goddess produced even this black coffee bean, this potato. Yours truly am wearing a Habs hat. Just to be a fan of hockey, although I am willingly loving calling my brothers and sisters in the NHL, National Hockey League, and NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, Major League Baseball, European Soccer. Smell. Of all sports leagues, patriarchal sports leagues, we gotta say and be honest that there's no women sports league that even makes close to the financials that the patriarchal male-dominated sports leagues makes: the NHL, National Hockey League, NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association. European Soccer. The average salaries, of course, for the boys to chase around and throw the pucky stick, hockey stick. Now, of course, it's a beautiful sport, although I am yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragon, Adrian H, Dragon Reborn, and making dancing the most powerful weapon on earth, and the most powerful combat sport, and the most powerful weapon for world peace on earth. During this COVID since November 2019, started dancing, although I think I had COVID, of course, end of January until February 20th, about exactly when the stock market crash began, and ended April 7th. With recession, and the greatest economic recession depression since the Great Depression of 1929 and the Second World War. And of course, I am willingly living asking, my brothers, the patriarchal sports league that make millions of dollars average salary in the NHL is 6.6 million, in the NFL few million, NBA few million, Major League Baseball few million, European soccer few million. To give no less than half, 50% of all their financials to finance the, of course I'm calling for the establishment of the International Integrated Dance League, integrated in that will be an all ALL gender inclusive, all genders, all sexual orientation, all ages inclusive, non-sectarian dancing goddess army to organize, although we can have professional dancers. It'll be known that twerking is not only welcome, twerk, but encouraged. All dance forms, dance art, for the goddess who dances with her brother the sun underneath who the other dances are. Even yours truly, priestess Hannah, emulates by channeling of the spark divine, tiny spark to the thousand veils. And that to organize mass dancing events for the mass financing of solar hydroelectric power and the mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes. Thus to attain harmony between civilization and nature. From the motto of the dancing goddess empire, all fruits, vegetables, legumes are made, produced, and created by the dance of the goddess, the brother, the sun, that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest and then transform into edible goods which we eat. First to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. Same dance, or the goddess forgotten but returned. Danced in ancient empires, ancient Egypt, and fed the workers who built those mysterious pyramids whom I reveal unto you they're not only tombs but temples, and the greatest temple is Mother Nature, whose hairs on her body and the globe earth we call home. Trees big and smaller, but the hairs on her body, sister to the goddess of the space above. Constellations of us, myself a Scorpio, you a Leo, she may be a Sagittarius and Taurus and so on. This little sister. for world peace. International security, global freedom, universal love. The dancing goddess would dance with her brother the sun to make great and produce all those fruits, vegetables, legumes to create and build the pyramids by those workers and the aqueducts by the Romans and Babylon and China and all the world, all my brothers and sisters. See, it's a non-sectarian, spiritual truth. If we concord to our individual natures and wills, our natures, to be love. Well, I'm looking for love. Somebody called me the other day. Says from the survey. I said, "Do you know who you called?" I say, "You know who you called?" I said, "No, who's this?" I said, "You called me. Do you know who you called?" I said, "No, I'm calling random to make a survey." I said, "Well, you just called the World Bank of Love." I said, "What? I've never heard of World Bank of Love." I said, right now I'm marching. I was close by the Mount Royal in Hokkaido, Montreal. I was marching, dancing. She called. No, I answered. I said, "Well, call the World Bank of Love. Are you here to claim your 1,000 kisses? Because I founded the Bank of Love. 77 trillion kisses." Human race, man. No, bear 13 more minutes and 3 p.m. with me. If not, have a nice life. Be blessed. So the dancing goddess empire whose motto is all fruits, vegetables, or legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Our brothers and sisters harvest for us to make, build, and maintain civilization. Give me to write theory, do art, to dance. Bless the world with world peace, international security, global freedom, and universal love. Myself, of course, am celebrating the Pride Month. It took me 13.3 years to come out as being bisexual, ashamed, embarrassed, got homoerotic desires, pleasures, and lusts. Repressing feelings, emotions, desires will not emancipate, liberate us. Understanding them, and then channeling, sublimating them into, transforming them into constructive channels of understanding. For me, what has worked during these past years was transitioning into an active lifestyle. Lost more than 72 pounds. More than 72. So started was about 277. I'm about 205 today. And of course, the paradox of the Dragon Empire, right? My advocacy for the calling of the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army. Paradox. The paradox. The paradox is that in yours truly, world peace advocate, Adrian H. Dragon born, 2019, I was alarmed by what was transpiring in the world up to that moment in time. Seeing Donald Trump, Granddaddy Trump, and still have been challenging him to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border in a ring made of Canadian aluminum and steel. But nonetheless, in 2019, I say Granddaddy Trump. And none against him personally, although we come from two very different worlds. I was born with the silver spoon, Mr. Trump, and that's what I resented. I didn't like since the beginning. He wasn't honest. He didn't admit that. Me, I don't have family but a sister. You know, nobody gave me nothing except people, of course, in the past, and XYZ. I'm working on XYZ, but in that genre, I struggled, suffered, alone, loneliness, depressions, suicidal. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be therapy of choice for me. So in 2019, October 2019 to be precise, in this room off Sun Temple, after having experimented with different workout techniques, workout methods, I have created this new program that was alarming in my heart. I said Donald Trump with a US-China trade war, with the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, and other historical events such as Pearl Harbor, geopolitical events I've analyzed. I are on a path to World War III. So I created, designed, made this new workout training program system called, of course, officially titled the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System. Those 7 words, simply known as the 300 workout, of which I've performed more than 180 sessions since October 2019 up to that moment in time. This up to today, which we are, of course, June 8th, 2021. So I created a new workout program designed, made with a scenario that in a nearly paradoxical providential parallel way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis and predates it by about 93 days. So in my scenario, was envisioning was not exactly the same thing, but quite eerie, almost the same. Well, stock market crash, yeah. My fictitious stock market crash is how the World War III event scenario occurred. It was a Halloween market crash. In the fictitious scenario, it was a stock market crash called the Black Halloween. And of course, in real life, due to COVID, the stock market crash began right February 20th, exactly February 20th, exactly when I was healed. 2020, because from January, end of January 2020 until February 20, I was sick. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was with struck with pestilence, death, and disease. I think I had it. In my scenario, there was a fictitious, because the timeline of the scenario is continuing, although it ends in July in the future. But nonetheless, I won't discuss, I'd rather discuss it during my workouts. But my workout created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario started. The first session was October 17, 2019, so about 93 days before COVID. Of course, after COVID struck, I continued doing it. You can check out online proof of all my documented my workouts online. The General War Integrated Total Body Training System, who are all willingly loving to be members of the Dragan army, who advocates, yours truly, Dragan Zero, is the founder thereof, advocates for securing the 3 elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all. Once we have those 3 secured, food, housing, and transport for all, we can encourage people to volunteer, support people to do community work, to keep clean and ensure the hygienic protocols, because it can get dirty, my brothers and sisters, but staying dirty and filthy will get us disease, germs, and microbes. We can get dirty, we gotta get back clean. A little bit of demonstration right now, so the Dragon army see, back. We go in public places to wash, to retrieve goods, to retrieve whatever food, utensils, cleaning products, etc. XYZ. Clean, see? Even this carries, see? There's a hand disinfectant. Doesn't take a lot. Rub, see? A little bit of thread, now it goes in. It's a bit gluey, but sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. See, hands, clean, 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 see? In the fingers. Gotta do it. The hygienic protocols. As to the mask, well, I got my COVID vaccine. Well, I ain't too pretty, so people don't want to look at me too much anyhow. So might be wearing a mask in public, because in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, or one empire under the sun and the stars on Earth, I've simplified public-private partnership, the global central bank by biometrics for the Phoenix People's Party, by debt refusion, fusing all debt, public debt and private debt, creating the global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange, by a hand, unique biometrics, the eye and the voice, and of course create the two institutions of the Dancing Goddess Army, officially titled International Integrated Dance League, integrate all gender, all sexual orientation, all ages inclusive. A parallel complementary covenant with the Dragan Army, officially titled the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, from all existing public and private security forces, armed forces, local, national, international, first North America, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, our brothers and sisters in Israel, brothers and sisters in the Middle East, South America and Africa, of course extending the hand of peace from the West to the East for world peace, global freedom, international security, and universal love. About public-private partnership securing those three aforementioned elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Refusing all existing public and private debt, basically to create, to finance the global central bank to issue universal currency of exchange, perhaps in parallel with the existing currencies. Simple equation which I've devised for the debt refusion theory: DEBT, debt refusion, debt DEBT, refusion REFUSION, fusion as in the what we're working on to discover, as opposed to fission, which is nuclear fission. To the power of fusion is powerful and more naturally, as this takes hydrogen and more less polluting, less pollution, right? So my financial theory is paradoxically built on physics in many ways. As a young teen, young child, my parallel path would have been diverged towards science, innovation, and technology, although at heart I'm probably still a nerd, pretty much, although I could learn much every day, especially about computer science, computers, and technology. But anyways, in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire domain, we'll have the public and the private, although I share quite a lot from my private for, being LGBTQ, pansexual, androgynous, etc., etc., etc. I'm not without fault, I'm not without vices. I lust, sometimes I'm moody, sometimes I just wanna, not anymore though. I was dealt with being suicidal, so a little bit less of that, more than half less. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine of choice for me. I believe it is for many. Working out, training, exercising since day one, of course. Been calling for the mass financing of my brothers and sisters to work out, train, exercise. I'm calling on new Habs, NHL, NFL, NBA, and MLB to mass finance. Dancing is a therapy, yours truly. And I created the workout general war integrated total body training system, aka the 300 of the Dragon Empire. Of course, was a paradox, created it to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which yearly, in a paradoxical parallel providentially as well, where it resembled the COVID-19 health and financial crises. And since it resembles it, in my scenario was envisioning the solution, and since July 24, 2020, when somebody perhaps turned 13 years of age, and that day I am calling for and creating the advocacy to create the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army, local, national, international. You gotta do the 300 workout general war integrated total body training system if you want to be a dragon. Nobody is born a dragon. That is the motto of the Dragon Empire. Not even myself, with a surname named Dragan, Dragan. The blood, sweat, and tears, unwillingly living, suffering many thousands of push-ups, hogs, squats, Marching steps in steel-toe boots in Hawk Island, Montreal. For me, of course, to turn that A into an O. And yours truly died during COVID, being reborn, Adrian H. Dragon. Phoenix People's Party's founder. Trinity, Phoenix People's Party, Dancing Goddess and Dragon Empire, one empire and the sun and the stars on earth. My allies, armies, and troops who love you. Maybe you'll be blessed to do millions of push-ups, millions of squats, millions of hawks, millions of kisses, marching steps, and dancing moves to all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance. Yours truly will be Adrian H. Dragon, your bro, sis, bro, brother, sister. Adrian H. Dragon loves you. I gotta blow my nose. That is a little bit of a lunch with yours truly. Adrian H. See you later again, calling on all willingly loving to join, support the mission, vision, and philosophy of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire to create two institutions, complementary covenant institutions, and corresponding institutions of the Dancing Goddess Army to attain harmony between civilization and nature for the cleaning, mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests, complementary covenant, mission, vision, and philosophy of world peace by securing the three elements of civilization, food, housing, and transport, the Dragon Army.